Right beside the Land of Dragons up there, there's two keyholes. What's that for?
Oh, that's just like completion of story events essentially. So like most of the Disney worlds have 2 visits.
Okay.
So it's like you've checked off the 2 boxes. They're like, I think this one's gonna have
Okay.
So we've only done 1 there, and then we've got like I think one of the other keyholes is for like finishing Winnie the Pooh. And then the other one is for like, remember how I mentioned there's another optional like wrapping up all of the business on that world and with Tron and whatnot? Because like we didn't even fight the MCP and Sark and whatnot, and there's clearly still stuff going on with those characters on Hollow Bastions. There's another visit to there. I think that's what those for. One of those is for Winnie the Pooh, and one of those is for just generally returning. I feel like that's supposed to get another one later, but maybe they're not showing it yet. And then Disney Castle only has 1 because you only do the 1 visit there.
Okay.
Atlantica only has 1 because even though you visit it multiple times because the stuff gets upgraded, like I said, you have to come back as you get more spells.
Yeah.
But everywhere else is like, you got 2 visits, so there's like 2 general story sequences for you to complete.
Okay, so what is the second visit this time?
It's Beast's Castle.
All right.
Yeah. There's no third visits, there's just 2 visits to each of these Disney settings. No third visits. Except for, like I said, Hollow Bastion. Kind of has one. Right. But you go back there all the time for all sorts of stuff, so. Oh, look, we came just in time for the big scene. The big CGI scene. The we really, really want that Oscar scene. I'm still shocked that this movie got nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards. Not because it isn't good,
right?
But because I'm shocked that the Academy Awards did it. That they recognized it in that way. I think it's this and Up are the only animated films that have been nominated for Best Picture.
They don't really dig animated films.
No, they don't. They do not. I'm sure I've complained about that before on the show, but it's like comical, the level of disrespect that they have for the entire medium. But to be fair, they don't get a ton of really good films flowing in for that typically. Like, I mean, in a given year, you might have like Despicable Me 2. I'm pretty sure Despicable Me 2 was nominated for an Oscar. It's like, yeah, not a ton, like, because they have to fill so many slots. No Heartless and no Nobodies.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Well, I think they're close, though. Better watch out.
So is there any lore reason why we're actually coming back and revisiting these places, or are we just doing it because video game?
Let's talk to Beast.
Okay.
It's ironic that you said that, because we're literally going to have that exact conversation in just a second here. What are you so mad about?
Why are you here?
Batman?
I am the knight. I am the one who knocks. All that sort of stuff.
The Nobody's World has to be out there somewhere. We're looking for a way in. We are on a scavenger hunt for the Nobody's World, Joey.
Okay.
And you know what? Hopefully, there might be a magic portal somewhere in Beast's Castle that will get us to the Nobody's World.
All right.
I'm not joking, that's it. That's literally the explanation, is maybe we'll find a magic portal somewhere that will get us there.
Yeah, maybe we've missed one on one of these planets we've been to already.
Like, that's our objective. We are borderline Final Fantasy 13 wandering around right now. Not really. There's sections of Final Fantasy 13 where literally, if you read like the in-game journals, it says, "Meanwhile, Saz and Vanille wander aimlessly."
That's funny.
Wondering what they should do next, because 13's kind of a mess. I mean, at least we have like a stated objective of this particular place we want to find, but it's like...
But yeah, it's a needle in a haystack, literally.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll actually, because like we're opening paths and whatnot, but like you'll notice we didn't open a path on Mulan World, right?
Yeah.
So like unless we find another path to open, but we've already opened 3 paths that didn't go somewhere new in this game. So like it's again more of this like kind of just tiptoeing around of like what we should and shouldn't care about, and like a lack of clear stakes and direction, where it's like previous game, Heartless are blowing up worlds, a very clear thing we can do to prevent that, and now it's like, look around, maybe we'll find a way to progress the plot eventually. It's just kind of awkward.
Okay, I was just making sure I didn't miss something.
No, you didn't miss anything, Joey. I appreciate that you're trying to keep your focus and attention on it, though.
I'm trying. It's testing me.
Oh, maybe we came at a bad time.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
By crashing the party that might be happening. I love that that's Donald's attitude. Well, the only way to find out if we came at a bad time is to make the situation as bad as we can. And we'll see how he reacts. If he's like, I'm gonna kill you all, it's like, well, we came at a bad time. This was
Very cinematic.
They did this whole sequence pre-deep canvas too, was what was so impressive about it. Because like for those who have not seen the film recently, during the ballroom scene, the camera does big 360 panorama, swings around like it's a live action camera on a crane, which is really difficult to do in animation.
Oh yeah.
Then in Tarzan, they developed the whole deep canvas tech, which if you want to see someone really break down what deep canvas is and why it's neat, there's a video called Treasure Planet, Disney's Biggest Mistake, that you've probably seen because it has like a couple million views. To be clear, it's not Disney's biggest mistake in terms of it's a bad movie. It's Disney's biggest mistake in terms of it was a big financial disaster, even though it's a fantastic film. But Deep Canvas was essentially a thing where they were they did it for like the vine sliding scenes in Tarzan, where they essentially modeled out all of the vines in 3D and then moved a camera through that environment, and then they sent those 3D assets to 2D animators to then paint over, essentially.
Okay.
Part of the reason why Treasure Planet was so incredibly expensive was because the entirety of the spaceship that they're on was rendered in deep canvas.
Oh.
So almost every single shot in the movie is like a deep canvas effect that had to be redrawn and all this kind of stuff. So it was like the production value on that movie was nuts. It looks incredible, but the production cost was nuts. And it did not make its money back because nobody wanted to go see it. That's another big part of the movie is the conspiracy theory that maybe Disney sabotaged the movie on purpose to have an excuse to shut down their 2D animation department, or at least to massively downsize it. It's a great video. Watch Treasure Planet, Disney's Biggest Mistake. It's a fantastic video. It's also just a really good review of the movie.
Ooh. Oh. Are those new enemy types?
Yes, they are. Uh-huh.
I've come to take something you hold very dear. Yes, let your anger glow.
So you remember this guy was here last time, kind of taunting Beast, and like he kind of had Beast in like evil Hulk rage mode, and we kind of talked him down out of it, and he was like, he was trying to trick me into thinking that Belle didn't love me and all this other stuff, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's back. Gonna find out more
Did
about
he change
whatever
his
this
outfit?
Beast. Yeah, he changed out of his dress wear because why wouldn't he?
Okay.
Tornado Fusion, a limit command that unleashes Goofy's spinning attack Whirl-a-Goof. Well, we've already seen Teamwork, so we're gonna put on Tornado Fusion.
Okay.
Not that we're necessarily going to perform it right now, but whatever. In case anybody's wondering, I am still playing, though I am going to let Joey take over in a little bit here.
Maybe when I have a little bit of time to refresh myself.
Yeah, we'll take a few minutes to like let Joey reacclimate, and then we'll let him get in there. So something that I should mention that I don't think I've mentioned previously is that most of the members of the organization are based on Final Fantasy job classes, and many of them have like a corresponding nobody minion. And so Zaldin, who's the guy here, is a dragoon, and these guys
I didn't know that.
these guys
That's
are
cool.
literally called dragoons.
Okay.
I think they are anyway. I'm pretty sure they're just called dragoons. Oh no, the Dusks aren't really based on anything, but you know, whatever. They can't all be big winners. Surprised they didn't get any of the reaction commands there, but that's okay. Maybe they're disabled in that fight and I forgot. Oh, sorry. I was looking at my notes and I was waiting for a cutscene to play, and I was like, why isn't the cutscene playing? Because I need to make this cutscene play. Where's Belle? Over here, she says. I'm not going to try and do her voice. I'd hurt myself. I hurt myself a lot trying to do Queen Minnie a few recording sessions ago.
Yeah.
It was painful. Phew, she's okay. I guess Zaldin didn't take anything after all. What's wrong? Oh no, the rose. Belle? You can see the lighting values on her shift as she walked into different zones, like very harshly. It was just like bop, bop, bop. Her entire color palette changed. What's with them? Maybe Belle isn't the only thing precious to Beast. Come on! So I mentioned to you previously that you can't get up there, up on the top of this.
Yeah.
And there is no practical way to get up there, even though I knew it was like modeled, because I'd seen people do like, you know, the infinite jumps, like I was talking about hacking in PS2 to get up there. Somebody recently, like a speedrunner who plays this game constantly, so you know, he plays it 2 billion times and sees all the glitches.
Yeah,
he wound
of
up
course.
doing a limit break or something on the boss that we fought last time we were here, and he wound up glitching, like basically he landed on top up there, like in the middle of the boss fight. So you can do it in vanilla if you're just smart enough and clever enough and lucky enough. No, you don't need to chase after Belle. You have no combat prowess. I've never seen the master in such a temper. I find that hard to believe. When the man in black said something you hold very dear, he couldn't have meant. Why am I not doing Mrs. Potts voice? I'm not trying. I'm not trying. I've lost my energy. I've lost my spunk. Oh, this is just awful. I believe the master is heading to his chamber. So these things attacked us. So those things that attacked us were just a diversion. Ha ha.
Baguette. There's
Surrender.
There you go. There's my 2 cents on it. I don't do voices, in case y'all haven't figured out after all these parts.
Can I get up there yet? Nope, can't get that yet. I keep wanting to call those stickers because I've been watching somebody play Birth by Sleep and there's stickers in that game, not puzzle pieces.
I thought you were gonna say you've been watching Sticker Star.
Of course not.
I was like, why?
Because I hate myself. Hey, did you
That's
guys know
gonna be our
Sticker
next
Star's
playthrough.
Oh, no, it is not. I thank God I can't record that one. People are like, Jacob, record Dream Drop, not Dream Drop, do a full playthrough of 358 Days Over 2, and I'm like, nope, can't, don't have DS recording stuff. It's like, well, you know, at least that means I don't have to play Sticker
No,
Star.
here, you can play it and I'll hold my phone up and record it.
Let's not do that and say we did, shall we? Sticker Star is not good. It's not good, guys. At the very least, Color Splash like tried to bring back some of the humor, but like it became. To be clear, we're talking about the Paper Mario series. The thing about
of the Paper Mario series.
the thing about like Color Splash was that it was really sarcastic and like making really meta jokes, which wasn't really the previous game's things. Like it happened very fleetingly if they ever made meta jokes like that in the other Paper Mario games. Because the thing about the Paper Mario games is that they were really funny, but they were also really earnest. Like the first 2 games are very like they take their world seriously and their characters, and they're self-contained, and even though they are comedies, they take place in like a particular reality, whereas it's like Color Splash is like gun control joke. And I'm like, okay, that was funny, but that's not what I came here for. Oh, we have the recipe for Save the Queen now, which is Donald's ultimate weapon. That's not true. Save the Queen Plus is Donald's ultimate weapon, but whatever.
We do not have the stuff for that.
No, we don't. There's a lot of, man, resource grinding in this game is sure is something. Oh boy. I mean, it's not as bad as a lot of RPGs out there. There are some, you know, this is definitely low on the list of really bad resource grinds in these types of games, but it's not super fantastic.
I mean, I've been playing Monster Hunter World, which is all resource grind. It's the only thing that game is.
Once you get all the resources, then you can finally play the game. What do you
Once
mean?
You get all of them. No.
What do you mean? Now we can finally play a game.
No,
oh yeah.
Once you get all of them, then you make a
here
secondary
we go.
character and get it all again, so you can have your character a different gender and see the different form of the armor.
Uh-oh. Okay, so you see that gachapon machine down there?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically that thing drops extremely rare synthesis items, but it drops it based upon how little health it has left. So you see how it says rare capsule? As it gets lower, it'll be like Mondo Ultra Rare Capsule. But as its health gets lower, it starts moving a lot more. Okay. So if I wait too long, it becomes very risky, and I might not be able to acquire it. But I'm gonna play dangerously.
Do it, dude.
I don't think Prime is the max you can get, but whatever. I tried my best. It looks like I got an actual like weapon, because the one with horns is a weapon. Or am I mistaken?
Let's find out.
Doesn't say new. I have another one in my stock now or something. I don't know. I did get another maybe it was just Orichalcum, because Orichalcum is like one of the most rare synth items in the entire game.
Yeah, you said you got one of those earlier,
Yeah.
right?
They're pretty much just from chests and just from those guys. Okay. Those are the only ways. So
so there is like a set one you can get though.
Yes, there are set Orichalcum. In fact, there are 7 Orichalcum pluses in the game, and they're set. You can't get more. They're like you get them from chests and certain event rewards, and it's like that's it. But it's also you only need like an exact number of them to make one thing in the game. So
okay.
Orichalcum is difficult because there is a set number in chests in the game, and then it's like there are 2 ways other than that to get them, and one of them is from those guys who only spawn occasionally. So it's like time to just go around.
It's good you got that.
Yeah,
then.
no, it's good that I got that. That was why I waited, to save myself some time later. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm glad you were playing there because I would have just killed it. Like I wouldn't have known.
Well, I would have told you what to do, but that's okay.
Yeah, but I probably would have been caught in the moment of just pressing X
I don't think so. I think you
bunch.
would have just taken it. I forget if it runs away when you hit it. I think it just takes its health down a little bit faster, but it's just more manageable if you kind of let it do it itself because it constantly drains. I don't think he runs away if you attack him, but I could be mistaken on that. I just prefer to do it that way because it's a bit more manageable. He's not going to jump around as erratically if you don't attack him.
Oh no, I just realized who these guys are.
Oh yeah.
Oh, oof. Bad memories.
No, there's no cars in the general worlds, but like I said, cars do appear in this game's ultimate dungeon, so hot rods, as they're called. As the comments helpfully reminded me on the car and anime special, they're called hot rods.
You can shoot them with magic.
Yes, you can. People are very mad at us that we did not shoot them with magic. Guys, we didn't care after the first 10 minutes.
No, it did not become about that after that. Like, it was about SAO after that.
And whatever, we talked about a lot of other stuff, but yeah, it was not about...
They don't look so good in the background.
It's supposed to be depth of field, but their depth of field effects aren't quite Uncharted levels. God, I remember when the cinema mode in Uncharted 2 had depth of field settings, and I was like, why? No one's gonna, people already stopped using Halo for this. No one's gonna use Uncharted for this. I wish people had, because Uncharted 2's, cinema features were incredible, but almost nobody used them.
What? That? He took it?
But surely you can find another rose.
Silence! You don't know anything!
That's not fair, Beast. Don't take it out on Belle. It's not like she stole it.
I'm sorry.
Sort of deals with spousal abuse.
But
Just like Cloud and friends in Final Fantasy VII. And neither of those couples were married yet.
Sora, I want you to leave the castle. Look at me. Look. This is what I am.
Haven't we already dealt with this?
When you first got here, I tried to change. But I was only fooling myself. I can't be any different.
No Banner, only Hulk.
I should live like a beast. With no one, alone. Goodbye, Belle.
you can't mean that.
Oh, I think his mind's all made up.
Yeah. Look, Belle, leave this to us. If we can get the beast's rose back, he'll calm down.
Well, what if Zaldin just like stepped on it and it's just done?
What's it matter? Like the rose, that can change him back to like human form, can't it?
Yeah. Okay. So for those who
But,
are not do
like-
not remember the movie, because Joey hasn't seen it in quite a while, and there's some other people who might.
I mean,
not
it's
know.
like you have to like by a certain time, like it's like losing the petals or whatnot. But
Yeah, it's
like,
wilting slowly over time, and once the last petal falls, then the time limit on breaking the curse is up.
okay, but it's like what's it matter? Like I thought we already resolved that she loves you anyway.
He has to. He has to learn. He has to be loved and learn to love in return. Is the conditions of the curse. So basically, they have to be in an open and committed, not an open relationship. That's the wrong. So open relationship now means you sleep with anybody you want. I meant open as in communicating, and like a committed relationship, and self-sacrificing and whatnot. Look at Lumiere's fully animated face for this cutscene.
Yeah. Oh, those two.
No need to be sad. I guess it's like they literally didn't even make low poly versions of them, because like why would you?
Yeah.
Once the rose is back safely, this will all be over. What's so special about one rose, anyway? Did they not explain this last time? Whatever, doesn't matter. If the master can love and learn to be loved and be loved in return, the spell will be broken, and we'll all be human again. Yeah, you told us.
So yeah, they did.
But there is a time limit. He must find his true love before the last petal falls from the rose.
Okay, well even if he doesn't have it, then
But that's not all. Well, that's the reason he keeps it in a special place with the glass thing over it so it can't be disturbed. Because, like, hypothetically, I could go grab it and rip all the petals off, and conditions fulfilled. That's kind of the issue. Is like that's why he freaks out when Belle comes and looks at it in the movie. Again, I know you haven't seen it in a long time. It's because it's like he's afraid, like if she touches it, like it'll fall
yeah,
apart.
no, I haven't seen the movie in a while, but I have eaten at the restaurant. I
That's
think
kind of the whole metaphor,
twice.
is like that he's so obsessed and protective of this thing, and it's just a thing. It's just a symbol. That's kind of the message of the
I get it now.
Over time, caring for that rose has become a cherished part of the Master's daily life. It's as though all his hopes and dreams are tied in that single bloom. Poor beast. Then we have to get it back. Please do. We can't without the beast, though. If it's that important to him, he's got to do it himself. We got to convince him to stand up for himself and deal with the crisis at hand. Why did the master yell at Belle? Would you mind asking him that for me? No. The master can be a bit, how shall I say, over-dramatic sometimes. Would you mind speaking with him for us, please? Just when I thought the curse might be lifted, this has to happen. I'm sure those two will be fine, but I still worry. Okay, I tried. my
You
best.
did better than I could.
I feel like I got her voice pretty well during the actual cutscene, but I messed it up there. At least as well as I can as a male. So we could talk to Beast.
Oh,
here.
I saw something.
You saw something,
I saw
did ya?
something.
Yeah, we could talk to Beast, or we could do something much more exciting than that, like get my ass kicked in an optional boss fight.
Let's do it.
Again, because I'll try and do stuff that I literally can't do yet. Oh boy.
Or so he says.
It's not a loading zone, right? I have to hit triangle? Yeah, we're good. Let's check it out.
Is this gonna be Marluxia?
It is gonna be Marluxia. Marluxia has a really cool gimmick that makes this fight crazy on level 1 runs. Yeah, I think you'll see in a second.
If we get to that point, hopefully we will.
Oh no, it's like the gimmick isn't immediately apparent.
Okay, cool.
It is, the gimmick is literally introduced in like the opening of the fight. I love how his arena's a little bit different because he's the boss man of Castle Oblivion. It looks more like the arena where you fight his kind of like floating mech form in Calm than the standard hallway fights.
Right.
Because it's got the extra flower stuff on the ground. Alright, so Marluxia's first, he's gonna hit Sora with the attack Careless Whisper. Where he whispers in Sora's ear. It's not actually called that. I'm making a joke about a song. For those who don't know, bum 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 do 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 do. That song we all know, but nobody knows what it's called. It's called Careless Whisper.
Okie doke.
It's a good
The
song.
more you know. Honestly, I thought that was a... Oh.
That number is your level. Marluxia just casts Doom on you. Most of his attacks don't do standard damage. They just take one tick off of that.
No! So if you're level 1,
you
get
can't take a single hit in this fight.
Oh. That's pretty cool. That's a lot of HP though. Ooh.
So you can do some of these reaction commands to get your... That one didn't actually restore it, but some of the reaction commands you can do in this fight do let you actually restore your counter a little bit, but I keep thinking he's going to do a finisher that he isn't doing. You know that square finisher that you do, that you were using a lot last time where you have that big explosion? I should be using that, but I keep forgetting to use that because I expect there to be a better finisher in my default string, but it's not there.
Yeah, that one.
Exactly.
And it goes into the air and you can immediately...
Just launch another
Okay.
combo, essentially.
So-
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Oh, crud, that's right. I have to have fire to do that. I was trying to do the speedrunning tech, but it didn't work. Oh, no!
Oh, is
Crap.
that...
I
that's
tried to turn. I
instant
forgot that I didn't have glide, so I was jumping, and I was like, nope, turn around, and I didn't make it back in time. So that basically that does a lot of damage, as you can see. You can get a lot of defense ups, and that'll help you out with that, and also having second chance and once more prevents it from killing you in one hit. But
So he does actual damage to you as well as the...
those attacks do. His standard scythe hits don't, but those attacks do.
Okay.
Those attacks are basically just death zones on lower levels. On higher levels, not so much, but on lower levels, they're just death zones. So we're not gonna mess with him again. I could do a lot better on that fight. In fact, I think that if I was more used to my current moveset, I could probably beat him because he's not the hardest,
I was about
but
to say,
I'm not gonna
like,
try right now.
Since he can't just burst you into oblivion immediately.
If you know how to fight him, you can do it, and he's one of the last ones. I fought him relatively recently.
One of the things I'm really looking forward to is when we finish this, actually watching some of these like low-level runs and whatnot.
Don't you know what that meant to us? You gave us all courage.
Talking about seeing how cool he was in the first game trying to
Maybe you
rescue
should've kept some for
Belle.
yourself.
Yeah.
Literally, like, going between
you really gonna
gal
let that
planets
away?
just with his own willpower to try and find her.
The rose is your only hope, isn't it? Well, it's the only hope for Cogsworth and the others, too. So don't throw away your last chance. Remember what it was like before Belle lived here?
How do you know about that, Sora? You were never here.
See? You can't give up. Not now.
See, that's an example of not a real complaint, just me making a joke because I have to fill the LP with
Yeah.
something.
It belongs to me. Zaldin will never be welcome here.
So what was Zaldin's original name?
Oh God, what was Zaldin's original name?
Dallin.
I think that's it. I think it was
Really?
Dallin or Dylan or something like that. Yeah, I think you just nailed it. You just nailed it easily.
Rumbling Rose. Isn't that a fighting game?
Don't
Rumble
ask me.
Roses? Something
Don't
like that?
ask me. Is that the name of the new Ruby fighting game? I know it's not because it's actually the Cross whatever.
Oh yeah.
Man, Ruby's a bad show.
Oh. No, don't get another fan base mad at you.
Man, Ruby's a bad show. Volume 1, I was like, that was pretty fun, and then it got to the end, and I was like, well, that ending came out of nowhere. But I mean, whatever, it was still a good time. I still enjoyed it, and then I watched the other seasons, and I was like, oh no. I am following Ruby very closely because it is one of the most fascinating train wrecks I've ever watched. Yeah, so we lose magic. Honestly, like, there's other keywords that are better, but we'll use this for a minute.
It looks pretty cool.
Why not? The thing is
It's
that...
weird that we got it now.
No, the thing is, so I was incorrect about this earlier. Your magic stat like does determine how much damage your magic spells do. So having a higher magic stat, especially for reflect, is extremely important. But whatever. I wasn't supposed to, but I kind of snuck along. I'm glad the master's better. Now, if you'll just go talk to Belle, I'm sure they'll get back together again.
How did you get in? How did you open the door?
Easy. He used hacks. Because he hacks.
He used speedrunning tech. He glitched through the wall.
You remember the video that I showed you? The it's like that kind of sub-series that because Double Fine does all kinds of video production stuff, right?
Yeah.
And one of the series that they do that's just devs play, which is like they bring in devs from other studios.
You're showing me the Psychonauts one.
Yeah. So there's one where there's a video where basically the developers of Psychonauts, Double Fine, they got a lot of the original staff who worked on Psychonauts together, and they watched somebody speedrun Psychonauts. And it's great because the speedrunner like explains everything, and he's like, well, here's why we think that this happens. And the developers are like, oh, it's because I wired this up this way and that way, and oh no, I forgot to do that. And it's really fun. But there's a moment where like he literally headbutts through a wall to basically activate a cutscene because the cutscene is activated by line of sight on a person.
Yeah.
And they just start freaking out like, well, who wired it up that way? That was your fault. Why would you do it that way?
Man, Donald and Beast are just getting wrecked by these
They're not
guys.
doing well. I think my favorite bit in that is there's many bits in that I love, but one of them is like, who wired that up? Did Jason wire that up? He's not here. I say, yeah, Jason. That's Jason's fault. You know, I don't think the guy's name wasn't actually Jason, but you know, something to that effect. That video is a ton of fun.
I can't remember what the game was, but I know during one of the GDQs last year, it's last year now, but it doesn't feel like it was. I remember they had one of the devs up there watching the speedrun. It was I don't remember the game. It was one of those like built to be speedrun games. I'm pretty sure, like, you know, like Super Meat Boy style game or whatever. But that was entertaining. It was also entertaining because the game crashed like immediately, and they're like, uh-oh. So we haven't seen a whole lot of these fire dudes, like the big ones.
No, but
here.
they're pretty bad. They're pretty dangerous.
Are they just like, are they any different than the little ones? Just having more HP, or?
Oh no, like compared to the red.
Yeah,
because again, like the basic versions of those floating guys don't really appear in any of the games outside of Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories. They have pretty different move sets, and like I said, they just make those big red balls that are just like they just put damage values like all over the screen. Is basically all they do.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's great. These guys are also troubling, but if you can get them in the air, they're not as bad. Just the attacks that they do have can wipe you pretty easily. I really can't wait for just to have both second chance and once more. We have one of them, but I forget which one we have. I guess it must be once more, because that's the one that lets you survive in combos, because we wouldn't have been killed by that attack that Marluxia had a few minutes ago if it wasn't for that. We the one that just lets us not be one-shotted. We actually didn't do one of the tournaments that became available at Olympus because I was going to wait until we got at least one of those, and we should have done it, but the day we were recording with Aiden, we didn't have much time, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're playing along, it's too late now, but you could have gone and done that before the Hollow Bastion shenanigans, and it would have been a good time to do that. It's going to be a little bit too easy when we get there. It's going to be a little bit not as great a reward, but whatever, it doesn't matter. See, those three that kind of appear toward the end just float around you and then close in.
Oof.
Yeah, these guys are troubling. So like, watch, these are following me now. He didn't make 3 of them, and they just kind of explode when they go off. But if you leave him alive long enough, he'll make 3, and that's how that goes. I tried to block, but it didn't come out very quickly. And I don't have any reflect.
Cool.
I tried to reflect there, and I didn't have any magic, so I couldn't do that.
Yeah, if you didn't have that, what you were just talking about.
Yeah, would have been dead. Boy, oh boy, it's been a long time. I haven't touched this game in like 3 months.
Yeah.
I don't know, not that long. I played it a couple times since last time we recorded, but it was mostly just to build like on my ship, and I think I fought like a couple secret bosses, which honestly like doesn't help.